Welcome to the Protagonist Pub. My name is Tammy, and this is where characters gather. Today is August 8th. It is book birthday to Adrift by Rhonda Ortiz. This is book 2 in the Molly Chase series, and it is Catholic historical fiction, and it is amazing. I will leave a link to my written review in the description box down below. I'm not going to hide it. I loved this book. I loved the first book, which was In Pieces. Let me see if I can reach it here. First book, In Pieces. This was tied for Book of the Year with Recorder. I loved it that much. I truly loved this book. And then I read the arc for Adrift. This is my honest opinion. This has surpassed Recorder and In Pieces as my favorite book of the year. This is amazing historical fiction. It is regardless of being a Catholic or Christian historical fiction book, it's just a work of historical fiction. It is a masterpiece. There are no other words for this series than it is masterful, and I am so eagerly anticipating book 3 right now that I'm on pins and needles, and it is still a work in progress. So I have time to wait, and it's going to be a long wait, but it will be oh so worth it. And Fireball's going to talk now. So this book picks up immediately where In Pieces left off. So you have to read In Pieces first, or Adrift will not make sense. And I love that. I love the fact that there is no time lapse between the books. It is a continuous story of Molly and Josiah. So in Adrift, Molly and Josiah are newly engaged. He has agreed to become an intelligencer, and Molly is trying to she's still recovering from her father's suicide and her PTSD, and suddenly her lapses, as she calls them, are an issue for Josiah's job and his employers, and Josiah says Molly comes first. I hope this doesn't impact my job, but Molly's health and well-being come first. There is no greater protector in historical fiction, romantic fiction, whatever genre you could think of, than Josiah Robb. He is always thinking about Molly's health and happiness and safety and what is best for her, what is best for them as a couple, and he makes decisions and choices based on Molly and with Molly's knowledge and consent. And Josiah's faith journey is continuing in this book. He still has not converted. Molly and Josiah do get married. That is an entire conversation, I don't want to spoil it, of between Josiah and Molly and Josiah's mother and pastors and the choices they both choose to make to get married. This book also brings in a couple of other couples. For the first time, you see Eliza and Antoine interact, and I'm not going to spoil anything, because if I even remotely talk about them, it's a spoiler. But that is a whole nother set of characters and their growth as a couple and as human beings, and their love story is inspiring, and it is deeply beautiful. And then there is Prudence and Mark, and their completely unexpected relationship. And again, I can't say anything because it's spoilers. And this book is just, it is uplifting, and it is beautiful, and there is a continuous storyline. It is funny. There are deep theological questions. There are deep human questions. There are, there's a mystery going on. There's political intrigue. There's international politics. It's a little bit of everything, and that little bit of everything has the potential to just make a mock of the story, and that does not happen. This is a beautiful interweaving of plot lines and theories and characters and relationships, and a reflection of real life difficulties and choices and growth. As I said in my written review, as we all know, the Greeks named love. And in this book, you can find every example of ancient Greek descriptors of love, from romantic love and universal love and, love of others. This book is a masterpiece. I would very much like to thank Rhonda and her team for the ARC copy. I would like to thank Prison Press for A, existing, and B, publishing Rhonda, because these books, they need to be more widely read. These are beautifully written, and they are, at their heart, they are love stories set in post-revolutionary America, and they ask big questions, and they make you think, and they make you so eager for the next book in the series that you are just beside yourself. So I highly recommend them. So on a little side note, I did buy my copy. So here's my hard copy of the book. It is signed. You can buy copies directly from Rhonda at her website. It is signed, as you can see. These books I will potentially reread, which is still just blows me away because I don't reread stuff. I did buy 2 extra things. One is my Molly Chase mug. Hard to get a non-glary view. I apologize. There we go. Maybe that's it. It is Molly from the cover of Adrift, and it says Molly Chase series on the back. I was going to drink coffee out of this, but as much as I would enjoy having coffee with Molly every morning, I think I'm going to put it on the bookshelf because it is so beautiful. I think everyone needs to see it on a regular basis. And the last thing I bought was a notebook, and the cover of which was designed by Rhonda's 9-year-old daughter, Miriam. She has several journal covers to choose from. I chose the hydrangea, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was painted by a 9-year-old. She has talent. She has considerable talent. They're beautiful. I had a hard time choosing. I do greatly appreciate that in the back of the journal, there's a page that has pockets on both sides. And I think this is stunning. It's probably going to be my prayer journal. I really like this. I like the fact that, you know, I could help a 9-year-old out. She gets a little bit of it. Mom gets, you know, more funds to fuel her art. And I can only imagine that Miriam is going to paint greater and more beautiful things as she ages, should she continue. So, if you have not yet read In Pieces, I highly recommend it. These are amazing books by a wonderfully sweet woman who writes masterful historical fiction. Pick them up, do yourself a favor. You can thank me for it later. You can thank Rhonda, and enjoy yourselves. Leave a comment down below, like and subscribe, and I will see you here next time at the Protagonist Pub.